Rocky, mate, I know you're a bit under the weather, but we've got to get into some betting. We're still struggling on the multi-front. We'll get into that in a second. But let's talk about a pretty big game coming up on Saturday, the Giants and Fremantle. We were both at the Gabba this previous weekend. We saw the Giants up close. Are you worried about their slow starts at all? Another disappointing first quarter, and we saw that the week earlier against Hawthorn. Is this something that the punters need to be thinking about?
Yeah, I think so. It's probably a good lead-in for punters to just maybe take the opposition to be leading at quarter time and get some decent odds around that, because they are slow starters. But once Adam Kingsley went out there, that was an all-time spray at quarter time. We were watching it from the Triple M box, and on the screen they zoomed in. He gave them, I think, about 17 barrels, and he only had 2 to give. So it was they came out and played completely different. But if they continue to start slow, it's going to catch them out in finals, and it's massive ramifications for both teams. Like we were speaking about Freo last week, potentially being top 4, get a home final, and away they go. But they could miss now.
It's absolutely crazy, the season we're having right now, and it does feel like the Giants are the kind of team that adjusts really well after a quarter-time break or a half-time break. We'll pivot from there, though, back to the Coleman. We've spoken about this the last couple of rounds. Jesse Hogan is now 4 goals clear of Charlie Curnow, who we're recording this on a Monday, so we don't really know what his injury status is, and we don't have a market up on Neds at the moment, but I want you to frame me one. Do you think Jesse Hogan should be short price favourite to take it home from here?
I think, Jesse Hogan would have to be into as short as $1.30, I reckon now. You asked me a couple of weeks ago whether he'd win it. I said no chance. I said Curnow will be home. He's got these easy games on the way home. He went goalless and then he struggled and went off with injury. Ben King's not going to catch him, so he's got a 9-goal lead there. Curnow misses 1. All Hogan has to do is kick 2 or 3 against Fremantle, which I think he will, and it's game over. So he'd have to be as short as $1.30, I would have thought.
Yeah, I can't really disagree with you there. The other key player market that we've spoken about off the air is the rising star. Geelong's Ollie Dempsey is very short, $1.10, and he's been very impressive from the start of the year right all the way through for the Cats. Then we got the 2 North Melbourne players, Jord Wardlaw and Colby McKercher. You're pretty keen, though, on a Brisbane Lions player that you think should be shorter in the market.
I think he should be, and maybe it's because I see more Lions games than anyone else, but Kai Lohmann, his ability to hit the scoreboard in the front half and bob up at the right time and set goals up, I think he should be a lot shorter than that. But again, it's the old argument of we don't have selectors in Queensland for the All-Australian and Rising Star, so he can be often forgotten about a little bit up here, but I think he should be shorter than $67, in my opinion.
Very long price. If he starts kicking some more goals, I think he had a couple of shots on the weekend that he unfortunately missed. But yeah, if he starts converting on those, he's probably going to shorten a little bit in the market over these next couple of weeks. Let's jump into the multi. Last week, I got us started on the right track. I took West Coast to cover against North Melbourne, and that was very touch and go, and they came good in that final term. And I also had the Bombers to cover against Gold Coast, which looking back was always a silly pick. You went 1 from 2 on your player bets.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a silly bet. I thought Essendon with Gold Coast on the road, anyway, that's another topic altogether. But player markets last week, I took Sarong, 30 plus. He kicked 3 goals and had 22, so should have taken him for goals. And the old faithful Marcus Bontempelli, he kicked his 2. He was really serviceable again for the Western Bulldogs.
No, he definitely was, and he's looking like he's charging towards a Brownlow as well. As I said, we're recording this on a Monday, so we've got slim pickings to pick from a betting standpoint, so we're going all in on the head-to-head markets. Right now, I have gone Fremantle to cover against the Giants for a lot of the reasons we just spoke about. Giants are slow starters, and this is a must-win game for the Dockers. And I've also gone Port Adelaide just head-to-head in the showdown against the Crows. Who have you got yourself, mate?
You're a brave man going in the showdown. I've taken the Brisbane Lions head-to-head against Collingwood. I think they just get the job done. Down there in Melbourne, bounce back. Collingwood season's all but over. And also Geelong to beat St Kilda head-to-head.
Very nice. This is a very short one by our usual standards, $6.75. But look, if we get it up, that's all we need.
That's exactly right. We need to get back on the winners list.
Let's see how we go, Rocky. Thanks, mate.
You're on.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.